Welcome to Recap Our Studio.
Greetings from Recap Our Studio. In today's movie, Santa makes a mistake while delivering Christmas gifts but manages to succeed in the end with the aid of children. Christmas in Lowell, Massachusetts, has been a treasured tradition in the Pierce family for many years up until 2018. When the firefighter's father Doug perishes in the line of duty, his mother Claire finds it difficult to keep the family together, particularly because Teddy, the eldest kid, has begun stealing automobiles. Kate, the youngest, nonetheless aspires to preserve the Christmas spirit. On Christmas Eve, Claire is compelled to cover for a colleague, putting Teddy in charge of taking care of Kate. Kate observes a bizarre arm emerge from the fireplace while she is watching vintage Christmas movies. Teddy is asked to assist Kate in proving Santa Claus' existence since she thinks this is him. Teddy is unconvinced and declines to assist. But Kate threatens him by showing him on a video stealing a vehicle earlier that day. The two put up a camera behind a closet where they wait and connected it to an improvised trip wire beside the fireplace. Santa is in their living room when the bell wakes up Kate, but he departs before Teddy can see him. They walk outdoors nevertheless after hearing him moving on the roof. When they enter the street, they immediately see Santa's sleigh and his flying reindeer. Additionally, they see Santa moving at the speed of light between roofs. Teddy complains as Kate tries to hide in the sleigh to get a closer look at Santa, but he eventually joins her. Santa ultimately makes his way back to the sleigh and departs with the children. Santa and the reindeer are surprised when Kate chooses to make her presence known, and he loses control of the sleigh. The sleigh breaks down after teleporting to Chicago, Illinois, scattering the reindeer and losing the bundle of gifts. When they crash, Santa formally announces himself to the kids, who are taken aback by his look, which is different than what they had anticipated. Santa warns them that he has to resume gift-giving right away or else the holiday joy would vanish, citing the previous instance as evidence. Without his headgear, which was also lost in the collision, the Dark Ages took place. Santa needs the children's assistance since they are unable to maneuver as swiftly or through small areas as he can. When they arrive at a pub, Santa makes an effort to get assistance from the customers by recalling all of their prior Christmas wishes. When they get no help, they ultimately decide to steal a Dodge Challenger, which had previously been taken by the bartender and ex-convict on the Hall of Fame's bad list. In order to find his reindeer and keep an eye out for patrol cars, Santa builds a homemade radio out of found things and tunes into the police frequency while driving. While searching for the reindeer, they come into a police cruiser being piloted by cops Povenda and Jameson. While Santa and Teddy entice the cops away in the automobile, Kate pursues the reindeer on her own. When they inevitably fall, they make a feeble effort to defend Santa as the actual Santa. When Kate returns with the reindeer, Santo allows Teddy to flee while directing them to Teddy's bag, which contains assistance. Officer Jameson is the only one who notices the youngsters flying off on the reindeer, leaving the other cops speechless when they land. Teddy confesses to Kate his desire to talk with their father one more time. Kate dives into the bag when they discover it at a park to look for assistance. She ultimately travels to the North Pole through teleportation. She discovers Teddy's letter to Santa from this year, in which he begged the big man to let him talk to his father. She then sees the elves holding her captive. Whenever she describes what happened to Santa, they show her a book called Real Believers, and she discovers that Teddy is missing from the list of her family members. The elves decide to assist Kate because they see her as a sincere believer. A bunch of thugs approach Teddy in the meanwhile and carry him and the bag to their hiding place. When the leader discovers the bag of coal-filled gifts, he attempts to get rid of the bag and Teddy before the elves emerge and start attacking everyone. They assault Teddy as well since they believe he is one of the thugs until Kate intervenes. The crew then travels to the police station to fix Santa's sleigh. Officer Povanda is resistant to Santa's attempts to persuade him of his plight. Even when Sandra reveals that Povenda's Christmas wish is to speak to his ex-wife Lisa, who also shares that wish, Povenda is skeptical and keeps him imprisoned. Povenda is taken aback but still doesn't believe him and has him locked up, but he starts to become suspicious when he notices that there are more arrests on Christmas Eve than usual. Santa collects all the prisoners to perform the musical number. Santa Claus comes back in town after seeing that the holiday spirit has fallen too low, which is well received by all the cops except Pavan. When Lisa calls and offers to take him out for coffee in the morning, Pavan dies, finally persuaded to let Santa leave. Santa receives his spear half from an elf who enters via an air vent. When Santa gets outside, his sleigh has been fixed. Santa realized that he barely had an hour till sunrise to finish delivering presents, so the children volunteered to assist him. Teddy drove the sleigh and Kate handed Santa the gifts so that he could go more quickly than normal. Santa delivers the last gift with only milliseconds to spare with aid from the helpers. Before their mother comes home, Santa leaves the kids at their house. Teddy receives his hat from Santa as a souvenir, proving that he wasn't truly in need of it. He gives Kate a ho-ho-ho, a statement that he had earlier said was an urban legend about him before departing. Kate is thrilled that she captured the evening's activities on video, but she discovers that Santa had seized the film. Teddy quips that Santa would never let Kate have it back. They enter the house when Claire comes back and see the living room arranged much as their father used to. They begin unwrapping gifts, among them some hideous jumpers from their aunt. When they reach Santa's presence, Teddy receives an outdated ornament and a note from Santa informing him that he would not be able to fulfill his request. Kate receives a skateboard. He sees his father on it as he hangs it on the tree, and they both express pride in one another. Teddy's name is being added to Santa's updated list of loyal believers back at the North Pole. Returning with firewood, Mrs. Claus informs him that she has heard about his exploits. Santa pulls out the tape of his experience that night and winks as she asks for a movie to watch. That concludes the film. I appreciate your attention. Subscribe now for more updates. Happy holidays.